Technology for Seniors podcast on YouTube. Hey everyone, you are about to listen to a podcast or view a podcast that was already aired on my podcast that is on all streaming platforms that's entitled Research Shows Podcast. So, this one right here is exclusively for my YouTube channel. I am Dawn M. Williams. So, please stay tuned and listen. This is a continuation from last week's episode, so we're going to start off where we left off last week.
Even though she had a mental adjustment that she was dealing with, I needed her to know that she was not a burden. So I kept giving her, I kept asking her stuff. Now, even though she may not give me the answer that she would normally give me, my conversation never changed with her. So I would be like, Mom, remember you used to make XYZ? Now, did you do, and instead of me asking how she did it, I would be like, did you put this in there, put this in there? So I know the recipe or I know what to do, but I'm still giving her the opportunity to be vocal and active. Or in the kitchen, I was like, okay, Mom, I'm going to give this to you. I'm going to need your help. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you this bowl. You do this for me, and I'm going to go do this. So I'll bring her wheelchair in the kitchen, and I'm over at the stove, and I heard that. Now, was she really doing, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes she did, and sometimes she did. But I did what in any way that I could keep her in the active state of what she would normally do, even if it was in the smallest feature. I gave that to her as much as I could, and I still do now. Something as simple as taking off her seat, because, yo, girl, if I'm like, okay, we need to go here, I'm already down the road. So I would scoop up my mother and put her to the car. Again, she's small, and go ahead and put her seatbelt on and take it off. But then I realized, wait a minute, does your mother know how to get out of the seatbelt?
Right.
Does she know how to put it on? Does she know how to open this door if something happened to you while y'all was on the road?
Mhm.
So when I get home now, I'm like, okay, Mama, you getting out the car? Because you still in your seatbelt. So you know what I'm saying? Remind her, and she take her seat. She's like, oh, I did it. I'm like, okay, look at you. And I'm like, okay, can you open your door? I'm gonna go do this. And her push. You know how we open to push the door from if we're in the passenger seat and we're doing it from our left arm, and the push, her motion and her push is not as strong, but she can
Right.
pull the. So it allow them. It matters.
Right.
If you give them each opportunity, regardless of how big or how small, to be active in their life, to do
Right.
things to care for themselves, um, because it helps them know that they are not a burden. It shows them that the little that they can give or the big that they can give, to whatever degree and element that they give it, is good enough and it's helpful. Girl, when I'm doing stuff with my mom, like when we're in the bathroom and stuff, I'm like, okay, Mom, we're gonna do this, and I'm saying thank you behind everything, whether she really doing anything or not. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, Mom, I'm here to get you off the toilet. And I go through the process, do it. And Mom, thank you for your help. Okay, Mom, go ahead and push yourself up, stand yourself up, even though I'm guiding her the most when she's standing up. But again, just help her, giving her the opportunity to be as active and in tune to the action as possible is one thing. The other thing is, as it relates to the adjustment of it all, be mindful, girl. There were moments that I exploded, like,
Mhm.
because I'm so used to her seeing beforehand what needs to be done and executing, and then when I go to movement without talking her through it. Now I learned, for me with my mom, it helped me to talk her through it because two connections are being made.
Mhm.
One, I'm reminding myself, Lena, or look when I'm talking to myself, I call me by my nickname. I'm like, okay, Lena, she needs more time because I was impatient growing up as a kid. Like you talking about your patience, I had a different level of a lack of patience.
Mhm.
So when I taught the action, okay, Mom, let's go ahead and do this. It remind me, you want her to be as active as possible because you don't want, like I said, not only did I not want to steal her voice, I didn't want to steal her mobility at all either.
Mhm.
Because the
Mhm.
less you do, the more you lose. And
Mhm.
so um, that's it. And then to release yourself, uh, the expectation, be it consciously or unconsciously, of doing it perfectly. Because unless
Oh,
you,
girl.
girl, because unless you went and got any kind of training to do this, guess
Mhm.
what? It's a trial and error thing each
Mhm.
moment.
Mhm.
Girl, there were times I was like, okay, Mom, give me 1 minute. I just need to go upstairs. So, girl, I had to come upstairs, close my room door, get in my closet, close the door, and just scream because
Girl.
I'm
Woo!
I'm like, God, come on. You can why and when I say why me, not why me, but why me, the one that don't know none of this stuff.
Yeah,
You
oh, girl, I just was saying this. It was one day he chose to move an hour from me, right? I was so mad at my father for this. And I was at his house and I had left and I was already fighting the daggone school system because I live around a bunch of racists. So
mm,
I remember in the car, I pulled over in the parking lot, I'm crying, I'm screaming. I said, I cannot believe this is reality. I was so mad. Like,
girl.
I cannot believe it. So in that saying that, I wanted to ask, have you joined Facebook groups? That helped me a lot. They have a lot of caregiver Facebook groups, and that really it made me feel like you understand that some people is going through the same thing as you. And then sometimes I got a lot of tips out of there too. And it's all different people, all different races, religions. It made me feel so wonderful to belong to those Facebook groups. They got a lot of those.
Yes,
Have you?
it's funny that you said that because there is one in particular that I'm more what you call it, active in.
Uh-huh.
Um and it's interesting. About 2 weeks ago, I noticed a post when the lady was saying that basically she wanted to die. Like she just,
Oh yeah.
it's like like right now I hate him and I hate the
Yes.
situation. And
Yes.
he's always fussing and he talks bad to me. He treats me and I'm just. Of course, I said some encouraging words to her, but on the back side of that, it made me think. I'm like, because girl, I'm often thinking, God, like God, thank you for my mama. And I'm like, Lord, thank you that my parents, they weren't perfect. And by any means, they were not perfect, but they were unapologetically them. And
I love that.
they gave us them fully. You know how sometimes when people don't own every bit of who and what they are and are not, and then so they hiding stuff. My parents,
Right.
they gave us them, even their imperfections, because now I know how to deal with mine. I know I'm not expected to be perfect because I
So
didn't see perfect parents. And so I just think I was like, after seeing that post and sharing some kind of encouragement to her, it made me think about my mother and like, Lord, thank you, because that's not my story.
oh,
Like,
girl. And that's what I got from them Facebook groups. I said, when you think your situation is so horrible, it's somebody else who their mindset. I think your mindset is beautiful because it's more so like the mindset of when they say is the glass half empty or half full.
that's
Like you gotta look at life like you got to look for the silver lining. You see
girl.
what I'm saying? And a lot of caregivers, yeah, I talked to a client, one of my clients, and she said, yeah, sometimes that thin line being a caregiver, you will either grow to waiting for these people to die or you going to embrace these people and love them while they're here. It's like it's it's people who despise their parents. And let me say this too. This goes hand in hand with how you just said you were raised. If you did not have a gentle parent, right, you don't know what to do. So, for example, with my dad, I had to figure out different ways because you can't hit your parent.
Right,
So
right,
it's
right.
like, let me think, what ways can I get him to open up? Sometimes he just needed to talk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when he was
Yeah,
being stubborn in me, because he wasn't naturally stubborn in me. He was a very sweet man. So
gotcha.
when I saw him mean at the end, like what you just saying on the Facebook post, I'd be like, I'd be at home like how I try to get through to my kids. That's what I found. I had, look, my father and then my eldest son, Lord, they was acting just alike. I said, it's like I got two teenagers, you know? So
Right,
I'm
right.
trying to break through to the oldest one and then trying to break through to my dad in the same manner. And it was just, it's like putting together a puzzle. That's what it's like.
Mm,
That's always
mm.
moving.
Girl.
You
Oh,
know?
yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Right, because you go get the piece that you just saw the spot that it fit in, and you go back and put it down. Like, hold up, come on, man. Like, really, Lord? Like, really?
Yeah. It's like that, and it's it require a lot of patience. I think that added to my patience. And then I kind of, like I said, I got zero tolerance for other things because I know it'll make me angry. But as far as that caregiver aspect, and I want to say this too, I know a lot of caregivers. I have a lot of clients who are caregivers who are that are paid. That is a different kind of stress than when you are a family caregiver. And one of my clients, she had to care for her father. She's a regular caregiver where she gets paid. It's totally different. It's totally different. The emotional toll it takes on you as a
Girl,
caregiver for a family member.
girl, because it's a I don't want to call it a job. It is a responsibility that
It
never turns.
is.
It's a responsibility that never
Yes.
turns off.
Yes.
And like, girl, like just for me sleeping at night, like I could be in
Mhm.
the deepest sleep, but if my mama cry out, I hear her.
Mhm.
And I had somebody tell me like, well, you need to get you some things put over your ears and turn on
Oh,
some sleep. I said, y'all, I said, I can't do, like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. I'm not gonna say I can't do that, but I don't feel comfortable doing that. Because what if I choose to do that the right wrong time? And then somebody else was saying that, well, I feel God will let you be alert and aware to what you need to be
they don't
alert.
know, girl. They just don't know. They don't understand. I get it. Cause when he lived with me, I get it. Cause it's like I was on alert as if I had an infant. That's how I was when I had my baby. Where I'm
Girl,
just like, oh my God, like any little sound. And my dad was in the room across from us. And I would hear him every time he went to go to the bathroom, I heard him. And so I'm just like listening and it
girl.
was girl.
So yeah, I learned to pray.
Yeah, you
First,
have
so first,
to.
let me back up that because you said you commend me. First, I have to say thank you, of course, but I wasn't always like that. I didn't always see it half the glass half full.
Yeah.
It was a true learning curve for me, and like, and there are some elements now that still are. In the beginning, I apologize to my mother a lot because, again, it was me learning, understanding. I won't say learning. It was me understanding. Like, wait a minute, Delanda, your mother's not responding like you expect her to because at this moment she really can't. Like
Right.
right now, she really is giving you the best of her. And there were in those moments where I wasn't connecting to that true reality. So, um, so I'm like, come on, like you know, and then I'm like, wait a minute. So I'm like, you know what, mom, I need to walk off. I said, I'm
Mhm.
not mad. I said, I'm not mad at you. You didn't do anything wrong. I said, but I hear me and I need a minute. Give me a minute. And those will be those times I will come up here, close both doors, and just release what I have to release. And then go back her, get on my knees and sit down before her and apologize. And be like, Mama, it's so much I don't know right about now. And
Right.
I do apologize because you and I both know that you deserve well more better than what you're getting right now. I apologize for
Mhm.
that. I said, I
Mhm.
also apologize to you because I don't have it in me right now to give you what you need. I
Mhm.
said, but you're gonna have to pray for me and ask God to show me and give me exactly what you need and that I'm able to be who and what you need me to be because I'm in transition. I said, so if I
Yes.
yell at you, I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and apologize in advance. I said, if I come off at you and you feel like you're a burden, first of all, know that you never are. I said,
Yes.
but pray for me because mom, remember, I'm the one that never had children. I'm the one that never got married. I'm the one that was selfish. I'm the one that left at 18. I'm the one that always did selfish surface relationships because I can't trust you no further than I can spit you because I was always moving. I said, so it's
Mhm.
so much, mama, that I have to learn to make sure I give you what you need to be who you need me to be when you need me to be it. And so
Right.
that's what our learning curve was. And I apologized a lot. Um, and then
Yeah,
she
cuz
was like,
we're human. You're human.
girl, and she was like, I forgive you, I love you. And then Lord have mercy. And
Oh.
she all soft and then it made me cry. Girl,
Oh. That's how it is,
and she
girl.
like, you love me. And I was like, Mama, I do. I said, but you deserve so much better than what I'm giving you right now. You do. Oh,
But that's
girl.
beautiful that you are, because believe me, I done seen some nightmares, girl. I do house calls too. I'm a hairdresser. Lord
Mm,
have mercy, girl. I done seen it where you know that you got the you walk in the house and you smell the urine. Oh, he would come in with all the groceries is when I'm coming and do the hair. Like he trying to impress me. I'm like, dude, you think I don't know when you're actually a caregiver that's active and when you're not? You can tell the difference. Like you just
girl.
show up with the groceries. I shouldn't even be able to smell the piss when I come in. It shouldn't be in the air, and she got a nurse up in here.
Ooh,
Y'all just so believe me, Delanda, I done seen much worse. So before we close out, I want you to tell everybody a little bit about your book. You are an author. I want you to talk about your book, your inspiration
girl.
behind the book, everything. Tell us and how to purchase your book.
Girl, how about that book end up being self therapy for me and equipping me for my journey in 2012? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Those writings began coming to me in 1995. And at that time, I was a flight attendant living in Miami, Florida. I'm like, what am I going to do with this? I'm flying, I'm seeing the world. Fast forward, God gave me a message about a stroke situation. I had never directly dealt with a stroke situation. He
Mm-hmm.
gave me a message about the life of a caregiver. I had never directly dealt with that. And so the book, it's the writing. The first book is Father, comma, then
Mm-hmm.
the eyes can see. And I'm not talking about in distance. I'm talking about like Heavenly Father.
Mm-hmm.
It was the title was inspired by Matthew 6:33, where it talks about seeking ye first the kingdom of God. So
Mm-hmm.
in Father, then the eyes can see. It's a book about redemption, forgiveness, second chances, um, and love, the love of man, the love of God. And it's like that because sometimes we want to love on man first before we love on our creator.
Mm-hmm.
And it talks about how it takes you along the read journey of the healing gift of forgiveness, the healing gift of second chances, the healing gift of redemption. Because at the end of the day, we're going to all find ourselves on, and you asked me about that family member. We're going to
Mm-hmm.
all find ourselves on either one side of forgiveness, in the place of needing to extend it and in the place of needing to receive it. And that even includes ourselves. Girl, there are times that we make things or disappoint ourselves. Did you really look yourself in the mirror and own up to what you did, or position
Mm-hmm.
yourself for and apologize for it to you? Like sometimes we don't forgive ourselves. And so the writings, um, they came at a point in time in my life that everything was good.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, your creator knows what's coming up down the road.
Mm-hmm.
And it ended up being some stuff there because even though I wrote and published the book in 2013, the first one, I never read it page for page as a reader takes on a book and go for the read journey. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
do that until 2020. My mother came to live with me in 2012, and
Mm-hmm.
I started seeing like, wait a minute, that's residue of me. Like that's residue. So it's a fiction book, but it has residue of real life things. And so it gives the reader the opportunity, if there ever was a issue or a challenge of forgiveness, or if they are currently in one or know someone who's dealing with it, it gives that reader the opportunity to pause their situation and look at this extreme puffed up situation and realize at the end of the day, forgiveness is a choice. It really is. And
Right.
I'm not saying that there's not a situation that really justifies you being able to be okay with not forgiving them or the situation, but you deserve better than that. Because when we choose to not forgive a situation, the bitterness, it opens the doors to bitterness, which open the doors to sickness, which open the doors for a lack of the betterment of you. Why would you purposely steal from yourself that way? But we don't look at it as us purposely stealing from ourselves.
I love that. Where can they find your book?
Okay, so both books are available on Amazon. The second book, which is a follow up to it, is You Taught Me. If they want autographed copies, you can connect with me on Facebook. It is author, comma, Delanda McNair. And then on Instagram, it is at Delanda McNair. And just send me a message and say, hey, I want an autographed copy of both books or the first book. And each book is $25 per book. And let's see, am I somewhere else? No, I think that's it. Facebook and Instagram. So again, author, comma, Delanda McNair on Facebook and Instagram at Delanda McNair. The books both are available on Amazon. Father, like Heavenly Father, comma, then the eyes can see, and You Taught Me are the books that I personally published. There's also a collaborative that I have. It is called Dear Daughters, and basically it is where 9 different authors came together and having arrived at whatever point and place in their lives is, as we look back over our lives, what is the encouragement that we will look back and tell ourselves? So it's an open letter to ourselves, and we share it with the world.
Great. That is wonderful. So I just want to thank you so much for spending your morning with me. You have just, you made me wake all the way up because I feel wonderful. You have inspired me, and I
Oh,
really appreciate you coming on here.
thank you so much, Don. It was awesome talking with you. I had fun with this conversation.
Excellent.
Look,
All right.
even though you made me cry, I'm just
Look,
playing.
you made me cry too. I was sitting there like, oh my gosh, it's rare I sit and talk about my experiences with my daddy, but it was so emotional. It was beautiful, and so I'm glad I got to speak with you.
Yeah.
And this is.
I'm recording
I
this.
don't
So
have
you
my
know.
glasses on. Girl.
Got a strawberry in it?
Let me see.
No, it's peony. What flavor is that? I don't have my papers on, girl. I got one from Progressive Bible.
Geranium and peony.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Go, don't stop. We against the clock. Go.
Hey, everybody. I'm Lolita Clark, realtor consultant with Extra Landmark Realty. And you know how it is. You gotta have a hustle to go with your side hustle. I'm here at my girl's shop, Don Michelle Salon here in Phoenix Salons, here in PG Plaza. And it's time to restock the jewelry shop. So here we go. I'm doing a restock here. But you know how you gotta have a hustle to go with the hustle? Let me slide on over here and show you the new hustle. The new hustle is Lowly Candles. I sell scented candles. They're handmade, and I make them with coconut and soy wax. And I have a lot of creative scents. So check us out. You can check me out on Facebook with List for Lolita, Instagram, and TikTok, go to Lolo C. Check me out.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, to my seniors and family members of seniors, don't forget that you can listen to more episodes by tuning in to this particular playlist, and I'll leave the link right here. Secondly, you can also get any of our books that are available on Amazon. I'll leave the link right here for that as well. And we have events, we have an app, we have a lot of things going on to assist our seniors with technology. We will see you next week. We plan on airing these episodes once weekly on Fridays at 12 noon. Please don't forget to click the link to like and also share this episode with a loved one. So have a wonderful day on purpose.